Shalom, everyone. Kazak Eliyahu here, along with Sister Fasad. And today we are going to be looking into the topic of the tribe of Benjamin in South Africa, the tribe of Benjamin. Now, since we have come to South Africa, Most High has shown us many things, and one of them is He has shown us where the true location of Jerusalem is. And we have a video on that called The True Location of Jerusalem. And we have several supporting videos with it as well, showing about the land being desolate, the land of briars and thorns, and several other supporting videos. But another thing that He has shown us since we have been here, among many, many revelations, is about the tribe of Benjamin, and actually showing us that where we are, the area where we are, is the area of the land of Benjamin, that the children of Benjamin are here. And what we have done throughout our time here, we have had the revelations and we have kept most of them, many of them, to ourselves. But now we are going to start doing these short videos as the Most High reveals things to us, because we don't know how much longer it will be before we have the problems upon this earth. And when things happen, people can look back and say that we actually did tell them what was happening. So on two previous occasions, He showed us two men who were from the tribe of Benjamin. And these are revelations that came through scriptures, through our experiences. It was like we were actually living the Bible. And it was like the Most High was saying, these men are of the house of Benjamin. And it was without doubt, those who are spiritually minded, it is without doubt that these men were. But yesterday, we had an outreach with the people of the land. And after the outreach, one of them stayed behind. And I am telling you, as I've been telling people before, never ever limit the Most High. Because this man, like many of the people around this area, they drink away their sorrows. They drink away their struggles. And this man was half drunk. And Hassad and I were there. That is why she's here, to bear witness. And not only to bear witness, to also jog my memory of this situation in case I forget anything. So, Hassad, how did it start?
Okay, so shalom. So we were, myself and Brother C was there. He was there also, and he said that he's a Christian. He said, I am a Christian. I used to be in the church, but I'm not in the church anymore. And then I said to him, so what are you here for? He said he came to the meeting because we had a meeting yesterday evening. He said, I came late, but I'm here to ask a question. So I said to him, what is your question? He said, I want to know, who am I? Then he continued to say, I know I am a South African. I was born here, but I need you to tell me, who am I? So I turned to Axie and I said, listen what this man is saying. Because at first, Axie was like, he was there but doing something on his phone. And then the brother and I was talking. So like I'm focused on him, asking him, what is he there for? What was he there for? So that was the question that he posed. Who am I? I need you to tell me, who am I? So I touched Axie and said, this man is asking a question. And so he posed the question to Axie also.
Yeah, and before that, he even told us what tribe he was from. He said he was a closer, and that even though he's a closer and he's from South Africa, he still wants to know who he was.
Yes.
And he didn't say anything to this man. He was just determined.
That was his question.
And he was just determined. Who am I? And when he said it, bow down with his drunken.
Yes.
Who am I?
Who am I?
That was the state that he was in. Who am I?
And why am I here?
Yes, and he said,
where am I going?
Yes.
Yes.
So after he said that, then I said to him, come back tomorrow when you are not drinking, and we will go through the scriptures and let you know and show you in the scriptures who you are. Because I was planning to go through the book of Deuteronomy 28 to show them who they are, because I don't know if anyone matches the curses of the law like those people. Only us who have been the sons of the slave trade actually match it as much as they do. So that was what I was planning to do, but he was determined. He wouldn't stop at that. He was determined, and he kept saying, I want to know. And he even said, I am depending on you to tell me.
Who am I?
Yeah.
He said, he pointed to Axian. He said, it is, brother, it is upon your shoulder.
Yes.
Sister, it is, and then to me, sister, it is upon your shoulder to tell me, who am I?
Okay.
Yes.
So then we move from conversation to conversation until Kassad asked him if he could read, because we were telling him to come with the Bible tomorrow. And then she asked if he could read. And he says, bring me a Bible.
Yes.
Bring me a Bible. So Kassad reached for her phone.
Yes, I had my phone. So I just went to the Bible app on my phone and just handed him. I didn't even look at what. I just know it's the Bible. So I handed him the phone and said to him, read there. And the chapter that was on my phone was Romans, the book of Romans.
The book of Romans. Let me see what was on it. The book of Romans, chapter 11. If you look at the heading up top, it says the remnant of Yasharal. The remnant of Yasharal. So then he started to read. And he said, I say then, hath Allah cast away his people? And Kassad started laughing and said,
and I stopped him.
Yes.
And said, you see that? Yahweh has not cast you away. You are his people. He has not cast you away. See, you read it. I was excited at that point. And then he continued to read.
And then he continued, and it said, for I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. Now, people, right away there, I was like in shock, in awe. I'm saying the third Benjamite. He's showing us the third Benjamite, because without a doubt, someone taking up the Bible, thousands of verses, and then that is the verse that came up after the man was vehemently determined that we must tell him
who he is.
He is. That was the Most High telling him who he was. But it didn't stop there. After that, we were talking again, and he said, I don't like that Bible. Get me a black and white Bible. We know that he meant the book. So Kassad went.
Yeah, I went to the room and got my Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought it to him. And I said to him, here is the Bible. Without opening it, I handed it to him. I said to him, the writing is a bit small, they're fine, but I know you will be able to see it. And he held the Bible in his hand, held it up towards his face, and he said, this is hard. And I said, I'm trying to reach for the Bible to take it from him, to open, to show him that they're not so fine. He doesn't, he don't have to worry. It's not going to be hard to read because they're not like really, really tiny fine. And he's pulled it away. He said, no, this is hard. It's a hard thing to open, but I am going to open it. And I said, yes, you can read it, open it. And he just, one turn, he just open it, just like that in his hand. And I noticed that he was at 1 Kings chapter 17.
So he opened the Bible to 1 Kings chapter 17, verse 1. And look at what we have as the heading. Eliyahu or Elijah predicts a drought. And he read verse 1. And Eliyahu the Tishbite, who was of the inhabitants of Gilead, said unto Ahab, as Yahuwah Allah of Yasharal liveth, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word. Now, the inhabitants of Gilead, if you research the inhabitants of Gilead, these are from the tribe of Benjamin. So the Most High gave us confirmation from the tribe of Benjamin, again confirming the tribe of Benjamin. And this is the third person that he has given us profound confirmation. He has even showed us the land of Benjamin. And it is without a doubt that the people here are from the land of Benjamin. Because you were telling us about it, there is something in the scripture that they said about Benjamin.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I
Go
remember
ahead.
something. When he read Romans 11, and we were laughing and telling him that you're a Benjamite, you're from the tribe of Benjamin.
Mm-hmm.
He held up his hand and he said, I'm sober. And he was happy. We're
Yes.
telling him that he's from the tribe of Benjamin, because see, you just read it. So you're from the tribe of Benjamin. He said, I'm sober. You know, and we were laughing. And then following now, he asked for the hardcover Bible, and I went to the room and got it.
Mhm.
And he just opened up onto 1 Kings 17, chapter 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before that, you were speaking in the day, you're speaking about these people there, that the children, that they're never satisfied, and how
Yeah.
they, tell us something about that.
I was talking to I was just watching the kids out in the front of the yard, and they were like, we had given them food already, so much food for them to eat. And then there was some adults who got food. They came late and they got food, and the kids, they were just crowding around them, wanting more food to eat. And I'm just looking at them and saying, and I turned to Axie and I said, how much food will it take to satisfy them, to make them really, really be satisfied?
Mm-hmm.
You know? How much food will it take for them to be really satisfied? And I was just shaking my head.
And that brought us back to Genesis 49:27. Genesis 49:27 that says, Benjamin shall raven as a wolf. In the morning he shall devour the prey, and at night he shall divide the spoil.
Yeah.
And when they're around the food, it is like that's happening.
Yes, that's what's happening. And even when I saw one of the children, they put the plate with the food on the ground, and then a couple of them just gather around her. Some of them just gather, and they were just eating from the plate on the ground. Like, you know, it was amazing to see them. And they're even picking up food and putting it into another one's mouth, like feeding each other. They get something, they're happy, and they're just feeding each other. But it's like they can't be.
The importance of this is understanding. You have to understand in the end time who the people of the Most High actually are, so we can get to understand prophecy as it unfolds. And these people here, since we have come here, we realize that the Most High has brought us here to awaken these people. These are his people who were left in the land. Because where we are, the land of Benjamin, the Most High showed us where Jerusalem is. Jerusalem is actually to the northwest of where we are, several hundreds of miles away in the land called Namibia. And where we actually are, the land of Benjamin, it is right alongside that. As in the scripture, Benjamin is always there with Judah. And he is showing us the land, and we are telling you people, when you finally believe us, some of you, it might be too late. We are in the land of Canaan. Without a doubt, all the journey that we have been on, we are in the promised land. Yeah. And when we left the property where we were living, go ahead.
Yeah, I thought you wanted to finish I thought you wanted to finish 1 Kings 17 that he had turned to.
Oh yeah, the end of 1 Kings.
When he turned the Bible to 1 Kings. Just one flip, he opened it. Yeah. There he was at 1 Kings chapter 17.
1 Kings 17. And the last verse there says, And the woman said to Eliyahu, or to Elijah, Now by this I know that thou art a man of Allure, and that the word of Allure in thy mouth is truth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Confirmation.
Confirmation.
Yeah.
It is like it's saying, okay, all this is the third time now.
Yes.
Now we know, now we have confirmation.
And when we confirm that chapter with him and tell him that he's a Benjamite, he said, Thank you. Thank you. He was completely satisfied. No more question.
Yes.
No more question. He said, Thank you.
And
like that's what he came, that was his question. He came to find out, who am I? We must tell him.
And another thing that while we were walking and talking with the people, we realized that some of the people here knew who they were. Some of them even knew that they were from the tribe of Benjamin. It seems as if it has been handed down to them from ancient days.
Yeah.
Of the best kept secret from the world. It's now out. These are the people of the house of Benjamin. These are the Benjamites. And we have the Hebrew Israelites as alluding that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, these are the children of Israel. It is fallacious, silly, to really believe that the Most High is going to take us out of the land, and then none of us will be left in the land. That has never happened. He has always left a remnant. And these are the descendants of the remnant that were left in the land, that are the descendants, the remnant of Yasharal. Okay? The salvation will surround these people. In the book of Isaiah chapter 18, it tells you, in the book of Zephaniah, it also tells you, let me get there. Zephaniah 3, verse 9. Zephaniah 3, verse 9 says, For then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of Yahuwah to serve him with one consent. From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my suppliants, my worshippers, even the daughter of my dispersed shall bring mine offering. So these are the people who are beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. These are his worshippers, his suppliants, who will bring his offering. In that day shalt thou not be ashamed for all thy doings, wherein thou hast transgressed against me. For then I will take away out of the midst of thee them that rejoice in thy pride, and thou shalt no more be haughty because of my set apart mountain. These are his people. Verse 12. I will also leave in the midst of thee an afflicted and poor people, and they shall trust in the name of Yahuwah. Remember, the chapter that we looked at yesterday was entitled The Remnant of Yasharal. Let's hear what shall be about the remnant of Yasharal. The remnant of Yasharal shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth, for they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. These are the people of the Most High. Yeah. Yes? Those of us in the West, yes, we are the people, but these, they are poor and afflicted. We, being in the midst of Babylon, many of us, most of us, nice, comfortable. If you ever see how these people are desperate for money, desperate for food. Everything. Poor, and they are afflicted. Yes, these are his people. We are in the land of Benjamin. These here are the children of the tribe of Benjamin. And very significant in that we from the house of Judah, the Most High has taken us from over the New World, so-called New World, and brought us here into the promised land. And who does he wake up first? The children of Benjamin. Yes? Very significant, because Benjamin and Judah are always together. So we from the house of Judah, some of us will be Judah, some will be Benjamin, some will be Levi. He sent us to wake up our brothers and sisters in the land of Benjamin. Okay? So, thank you, Sister Hassad, as we recount this momentous occasion. It was such a beauty to see the Most High's power magnify himself, just taking up the phone and just telling him who he is right in his face.
His question was answered
Right
and
away.
confirmed.
This was a man who was drunken.
Yeah.
One of the time he says, I'm not drunk anymore, I am sober.
He said, I'm sober. So
when he
happy
heard
for the answer.
the good news, all right?
Yes.
So this is Kazak Aliyahu Yasharal, along with Sister Fasad, as we continue to bring out the word of truth, as we continue to bring out the revelations that the Most High has given us. All right, thank you all for watching, and until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.